to Nutshell Recap. Seeing Enid's pained expression, Grow was heartbroken. He desperately wanted to help him. Enid looked at him being silent, so he asked what happened. Grow flinched, and then he realized where his thoughts were. He just brushed it off and said nothing. Enid believed him and called him silly for spacing out. He told him that they should get some rest because the Lord didn't seem to be coming anytime soon. But Grow was feeling heavy inside because there was nothing he could do for him at the moment. He was helpless, but there was a question he had in his mind, so he asked Enid why he didn't include his name in the potion. Purifying Water 501. Why did he put 501 instead of his name? He had heard that it was normal for inventors to put their name in the drugs they invented. Enid turned to look at him, but he didn't answer. Grow told him that if his name had been on it, the empires of the eastern continent would have sent him delegates even if it meant breaking the laws of agreement, to persuade him to become one of them. Enid looked downwards and smiled. Grow asked him again, why didn't he do that? Enid plopped on the chair and answered perfunctory that he didn't remember. Maybe it was created in the 501st experiment. But he didn't tell the truth to Grow. The guy at the patent office had said to him that a commoner's name cannot be used in a product's name. Enid pleaded with them to put at least 501 in the potion's name. The number 501 represented Enid's birthday, May the 1st. However, no one but him would notice the meaning hidden behind the number. Enid wanted to leave his trace in whatever way possible. Well, I think it was full of conspiracy from the beginning. I want to give a tight hug to our lovable Enid. Back to the story. At the Lord's mansion, the clock dinged at midnight. The butler stepped towards the guest room with a smirk on his face. He was thinking that both Enid and Grow would be scared and sitting in the corner. They should be getting anxious and nervous by now because the Lord had not arrived. They would not even dare to sit on chairs because they might be scared to damage the property. He snickered while imagining those lower-class people. That was quite entertaining. But then he heard the noise from inside. He paused at the gate and listened. It was totally opposite from what he had thought. Those were enjoying tea and cookies, while Enid was laughing heartily. The butler was shocked. He instantly opened the door with a bam. There was an unexpected sight. Those two were sitting in a leisurely manner. Grow was sipping the tea, while Enid was eating cookies. The butler shouted, "What was this nonsense?" Enid commented that nobles were nobles after all, be it in cities or in the countryside. He said to Grow that he was right. The Lord didn't show up just as he said. Grow also looked at the fuming butler and replied that indeed, this was going to happen. It was a low-grade approach to humiliate a person used by some nobles. Enid commented that he understood. He had no idea since he had never been to the castle before. The butler was flabbergasted seeing the audacity of those two. He shouted furiously at them that they had no manners. They should get up on their feet. How dare they put their hands on the properties of the Lord? Grow put the teacup and started speaking slowly. He asked about the dare, which didn't sound right. He questioned the butler if that reception room wasn't for the guest. A room with green curtains symbolizes that it should be a space for guests. And of course, the food prepared in that room should be reserved for guests as well. They were being guided into this room was a sign of hospitality from the host. Grow's eyes had turned sharp. He asked the butler if he was telling them about manners in the castle was inappropriate. Presented the Lord because he worked for him? The butler flinched. He stammered but wasn't able to retort him one a bit. At that moment, he realized that the man sitting there was most certainly a noble with a much higher status than the Lord. Then he glanced at Enid, who was eating cookies without any worries. He didn't understand. He had been told that the alchemist was a commoner who had been living in this land for 6 years. While he was fumbling, Grow asked him when the Lord was coming to see them. Seeing his imposing aura, the butler was sweating profusely. He answered that the Lord was still attending unfinished business, so he came on his behalf. Who would believe that? The Lord was working at midnight when it was time for sleeping. Anyway, Grow sighed and stood up from the seat. He stated that he was wondering how long the Lord would make them wait, but now he was tired. It was the Lord who wanted to see them, but now, tell him to come pick them up again tomorrow if he wishes. Then he told Enid that they should go now. Enid didn't question him and agreed. The butler bowed and suggested to show the way, and wished them a pleasant trip on their way back. Grow told him to leave them be, while Enid closely followed. They slammed the door shut, just as the butler had done to them in the beginning. Now the butler was trembling in fear. He was regretting for disrespecting them. He wondered if they were inspectors from the palace. If so, he must report that to the Lord. Here, when Enid and Grow came outside the mansion, they saw a luxurious carriage parked. The alchemist was in awe. He commented that the Lord surely changed his attitude. Then they started their journey to the lab. While sitting in the carriage, both were quite confused that the Lord permitted to let them out from the front door. Well, Enid grinned because he was feeling better. When they reached the lab, Enid thanked him for everything Grow did today. Hearing it, Grow turned to him and said that he had something for him. Then he handed over the potion, the one that they had seen in the Lord's mansion. Enid was shocked. He asked him if he had stolen it from there. That was crazy. What if he had gotten caught? Grow sighed and told him not to worry. They wouldn't notice. He placed it in Enid's palm and squeezed gently. He assured him that if they ever did that, he would take care of it himself, so he should take the potion. Enid was overwhelmed. He thanked Grow while tightly holding the potion to his chest. Then he requested Grow to go inside the home first. He had something to do. Grow was puzzled. This late at night? But he agreed and went inside. Here Enid had pent-up emotions which was overwhelming him. He faced towards the forest thinking that no one had ever treated him with such a hospitable attitude. No one, since the orphan master. He was crying his heart out, and even the narrator's heart was hurting. He was laughing and crying at the same time, thinking if he was wrong the whole time. He thought that he missed this type of feeling for too long. What's even sadder is that he missed that feeling. How long was that? He's been mistreated and taken advantage of just because of his birth as a commoner. It's painful, going for so long forgetting what that warm feeling is, and when you feel it again, you end up thinking, I almost forgot how this feeling felt. Please stay tuned, like and subscribe for more. See you guys in the next video. Have a good day ahead. Bye.